Hello everyone, my name is Callum from the Special Olympics Ontario Athlete Leadership Department, and I'll be leading you guys through day 2 of the Welcome Week Fitness Challenges. Today we will be doing a core workout. So a little bit about me, I'm a Special Olympics Ontario athlete. I participate in basketball, swimming, soccer, and track and field, and I'm a pretty competitive person, so I like to make sure my body is fit, or at least as fit as I can get it. Both for playing sports and also just for living life, like when you gotta bring home groceries or run after a bus that's about to leave you behind, stuff like that. Before we get started, did you know that core exercises are proven to improve your balance, stability, posture, and prevent injuries? Having a strong core is extremely important for all different types of sports and living a healthy lifestyle. It just keeps your body together. Also, before we begin, please note that any needed accessibility accommodations and supports are welcomed, and for each exercise we're going to be doing, please only do what you can do and do not overexert yourselves. Do only as many repetitions and sets as you are able to do. Alright, with that being said, it's workout time. Okay, so we're going to start with a quick warm-up. It's really important to mobilize your muscle groups and make sure that they're ready for all the intense work we're going to put them through. For those of you who are in groups, I'd like you to all social distance and maintain 6 feet between you and the person nearest whenever possible. For those of you in classes, if you could also find a partner and form groups of 3 people each to help each other during these challenges. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to start with the warm-up because it's important to get our muscle groups moving before we put them to hard work. For those of you who are at home, as you can see, I'm in my office. There's some furniture in the way, but you can always still find space by moving things around and modifying exercises if some of the movements are a little too big. We're going to begin with some step touches. So your right foot is going to step about hip width apart, and then your left foot is going to come over to gently tap it. Then the left foot will go out to its side, and the right foot will go to tap it. So we're going to do this with our hands on our hips. Do this for about 10 times. This is 2, 3. That's how you should count things in exercises. If it's done on both sides of the body, this side and this side equals 1. That way you get more of a workout. So we're on 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Alright, so for the next warm-up, we're going to do hip rotations. So stand feet, hip, shoulder width apart, my bad. So that would be your feet are in line with your shoulders. You have your hands on your hips. And there's 2 ways to do this. So the first is, let's say my hips are gonna go to the right, my upper body will go to the left. And we're gonna start slow to get used to it. We're gonna rotate our hips one way and then our body will go the other way. The other option is to try and keep as much of your body straight as possible and isolate the hips. So with this one, you have the choice of whichever feels best for you. I'm going to do it the isolating way for about 30 seconds, and then we'll do it the other way as well. Actually, I'm going to do 15 of both just to demonstrate them. But you do whatever feels best in terms of what has the best stretch, what has the least amount of tension on your body, what feels like the best warm-up. Alright, so about 5 more seconds, and we're going to go the other way. Just looking off to the side because I have a timer, because I don't count really well in my head. Alright, switch sides. Good job, keep it up. You can go a little faster as you get more comfortable with the hip rotations, and your body feels like it's starting to get warmed up and knows what it's doing. Alright, good job. Alright, so the next warm-up we're going to do is the toe touches. So again, actually feet a little further than hip width apart, like just on the outside of our shoulders. We're going to have our arms straight, and our right hand is going to, so watch the torso. We're going to bend down to tap my left foot. If you can't reach your foot, you can put your hand on your shin. And there's a couple ways to do this. So if you want what's called the dynamic stretch, which is this quick movement that stretches the back of your leg, then I recommend to keep your leg straight. If you're the kind of person that feels like a lot of times these quick dynamic stretches actually make you tighter, then what you can do is you can bend the knee a little bit and just worry about the speed. So we're going to go the other direction. The other option is I'm going to be doing it quickly like this. If you want to hold it for longer, you can, let's say, come down here for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, then come up and go to the other side, 1, 2, 3, and then do about 14 taps each side. I'm going to be doing the quick taps, so I'm going to be doing 30 each side. All right, so let's go. That's 1 set, 2, 3, 4. Sorry about the squeaking of the floor. It's just what happens when you work out in the house. All right, set of 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, if you want to get more of a workout stretch, you can feel free to modify your stance. You can stand a little wider so you have more to reach, or you can stand your feet closer so it's more like a hamstring stretch. Also, for those of you who are in a house and let's say you don't have the kind of space I have, you can do this. Bend your arms, keep them on your body. We're on 22 now, right? Modify however it fits in your environment. All right, 29, 30. All right, so for our last warm-up, we're gonna do stationary or running high knees. So to start the stationary, raise your right knee about as high as you can comfortably get it, all the way up to your chest, just your hip level, somewhere in the middle, wherever's best. And move your arms the opposite direction as if you're running. So like this. And if you want to modify it, there are a couple ways. If you have trouble balancing, you can put your hand on a piece of furniture or a partner that you are safe to go within 6 feet of. If you want to make it harder, you can do jumping, so basically jogging on the spot, or you can just do this movement faster. And I know the jogging one looks really cool, but I will tell you, this is just as hard. All right, so we're gonna do this for, let me get my timer ready. We are gonna do this for 60 seconds, so 1 full minute. About halfway through, I'll switch from the stationary to the jogging. And again, if this is too fast for you, you can go slower. If I'm too slow for you, you can go faster. Whatever feels best for your body, and whoever gives you a good warm-up. All right, 20 seconds in. Starting to feel that warm-up, starting to feel that burn. Good job, everybody. All right, I want to switch to the jogging. You guys stick with whatever. If you're doing stationary before, you can jog with me now, or you can stay stationary, whichever feels best. All right. 10 more seconds. Come on, keep pushing, keep it consistent. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. All right, good job. All right, so great job with the warm-up, everybody. As I just mentioned, now is a good time for a 2-minute water break. And for those of you in class, you can feel free to use one of those minutes to talk with your teachers and fellow classmates to come up with a nice team cheer to boost everyone's spirits. If you want, you can just feel free to pause the video now and come back whenever you guys are ready. core workouts, and we're going to start with a bridge. All right. So for those of you at home, everyone's going to be doing this on the floor. If you guys have like a yoga mat, a blanket, pillows, anything to make the floor a little less hard, feel free to grab that now. And before we begin our workout, I want to say one more thing. Only do these exercises for as many repetitions and as many sets as you are able to do. If you are going through and halfway through the timed workout, you realize your body can't go anymore, that's actually a really good workout. They call that a rep to failure. And it's only a good workout if you don't push past that point. Because if you push past when your body can physically do something, you're going to start using muscles and tendons in ways that weren't meant to be used, and that could injure you. So that being said, we're all going to start in our bridge position. Lie with your back flat on the ground and hands on the sides. And then you're going to want to start to just tense up your abs and your glutes or your butt muscles. The reason we do that is because if I tell you, thrust your hips in the air, you might start using your legs and arms to do that, and that will take pressure away from the abs, which we're trying to work out. So just really get a feeling what your abs and glute muscles feel like, which are here. Forget about everything else, and let's get going. All right, so get your timers ready. If you're not, I have a timer here too. We're gonna start in that position, and then we're gonna slowly raise our hips using only our abs and glutes. We're going to hold this for about 10 to 20 seconds. So we just passed 10 seconds, 15, and 20. So we're going to take about 10-second rest in between, and then we're going to do that again. We're going to do this for 10 total. So that was the first. All right, let's go up again. For a second, hold this position for as long as you can. All right, 10 more seconds if you can do it. Awesome. 10-second rest. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. All right, so we got a third go. Here we go. Really engage those abs. All right, I'll hold it for 10 more seconds. All right, and come back down. I'll do 2 more of those before I cut the video so I can check my script. Make sure I give you guys the rest of our exercise. Okay, here we go up again. There you go, really engage that core. It's better to engage your core and then fall halfway through than cheat your way through, right? There you go. I'm starting to cheat a little myself. I gotta keep my hips up. Okay, I'm back down. All right. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Really push it, really push it. There you go. Really go. That's great. Those of you who are still doing it, great job. For those of you who aren't, you did your best, and you're being smart by not pushing your body more than what it can do. That is what being an athlete is all about. All right, so if you guys want to do that again, take a 60-second break, and then it was a full minute. Drink some water, not too much so your stomach gets upset, just enough. And then do another 5 to 10 sets of those. If you guys want to do a modification of the bench, there are some other exercises you can do that I'm going to go into right now. Okay, so as we're halfway through our bridges with 5 more sets to go, I'm going to go over some modifications in case the bridges are too difficult or they're too easy or they're just not a good exercise for you. So the first will be to go into plank position. Plank is basically a push-up position, but you're not going to go down. You're going to keep your legs, arms not locked, because that puts pressure on the joint. It is completely straight. If you're like me, the elbow goes in when it locks, and that's no good. So you're going to be in a plank position, torso, legs all straight, and then you're going to bring your legs up into downward dog. It's also a stretch, but again, you can bend the knees if you need to. and then come back here. Just keep doing that. This should be about 3 seconds. Just keep doing this while your classmates are doing, or while I'm doing the bridges. And then when we rest, you come down here to rest. And then when I say go again, you can come back up here. And if that doesn't work either, you can also do stationary squats. So you're just gonna stand, legs facing forward, knees straight, and then down and up. About 3-4 seconds. You want to keep it controlled and up. Make sure when you do squats, this muscle here is going to work out, and not the ones on the sides, because that will make your legs unbalanced. And again, just keep doing this during the 20 seconds. I'll be doing bridge, and just stand up during our 10-second breaks. Good job. Okay, so just read the script again. We're going to do another 5 more, starting now. Okay, 10 more seconds. Good job. Alright, up. This will be our 7th one. So 3 more after this. Want to keep your head up, facing straight. It gets more engagement with your core. Alright, 2, 1, back down. I really savor that 10-second break. 5 more seconds left. 3, 2, 1. All right, hips up, abs engaged. Good job. Three, 2, 1. All right, just 2 more sets. So we're going on to our 9th set in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, really focus on the technique. Make sure your hips are straight, they're not sagging, your abs are engaged, your head's facing forward. It's really easy to slip when these things get harder. So just hold it. Hold it. Alright, I'm gonna peter up here. You guys keep going. Okay, break. 10-second break. See, I couldn't keep holding that, so I stopped for a little bit. That's what you gotta do sometimes. Alright, here we go. We're gonna push it the best we can. Let's go up. Good job. Alright, 10 more seconds if you're able. Keep maintaining the position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Awesome job. Okay, so we're going to do mountain climbers. We're going to start in basically a push-up position. Make sure you have a little room behind you to kick your legs. There's a bookshelf in front of me. Let's rotate around. You want to make sure your arms are not completely locked. I put pressure on the joints, just a little straight. So first up, mountain climber. The right leg is going to come up, like knee near the chest or hips, then down. Then the other side, do the same thing. That's one set. So when you guys count a rep, I mean that's one rep. When you guys count a rep, this is not a rep. I don't want to see people going 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a rep. Bang, boom, that's a rep. 1 rep, 2 reps, okay? We're gonna try and aim for 20. If you can't do all 20, that's perfectly fine. Just do the best you can, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. So take a 60-second break, drink enough water to get rid of your thirst, and then do another 20 reps. This time, start left first, then right. So 1, 2, 3. I'll do it with you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great job, everybody. All right, so if high knees are not the best for you, here are some alternatives you can do. The first, on my camera, is the high knees. This is similar to the modification I did for the stationary high knees that you're going to be jumping. So like this, we're going to do this for 20 sets. So again, that's a rep, that's a rep. Both legs up as a rep. That'll be 20. I take the 60-second break and then do another 15 if you're able. And the other option is to do 30 crunches. So here, a crunch is, there's actually 2 ways to do a crunch. You can have your shoulders on the ground, knees like this, kind of like a bridge, except you're gonna try to bring your forehead up to your knees. You can only do half actually. This is another way to do crunch. It's actually better because I was kind of cheating using my arms to go all the way up. And the other way to do crunches is bounce like this and then come closer. So whichever one of those styles of crunches works for you, try and aim around 30 of them while I do 20 mountain climbers. Okay, so now we're gonna do our planking. So you're gonna start in the plank position. There's 2 ways. Push-up position with back straight. Shouldn't be like this or like this. That's taking pressure off your abs. If you want, you can go on your elbows. I find it's a little easier to start out with, but also harder to keep going in the long run, so it's a good exercise. And let me get my timer ready. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna go full. We're gonna do this for 15 seconds, all right? So 1, 2, 3, I should make that 20 seconds. Good job, keep steady. Focus on your breathing. 5 more seconds. All right, awesome. So take a 60-second break. And then the next time we do plank, we're gonna try and go for 30 to 45 seconds, or even a minute if you can. Take a break and then come back. Alright, so now you're back. I want to aim for 45 seconds. I might go to a minute. Alright, starting now. So the thing with plank, control your breathing when you start. Don't talk a bunch like I do. And you kind of have to feel it. Some days, your body's just going to get tired after a little bit, and that's okay. Other times, you might be able to hold it longer than you ever thought you could before. You just gotta listen to your body and do what it tells you. Do whatever you feel is comfortable. So we're 30 seconds in. Already longer than last time. I'm really starting to feel it. Alright, 40 seconds. Engage the core. Alright, so if the planking isn't good for you, what you can do is 10 full sit-ups. So 1, 2, 3, etc. Really engage in that core. Then take a break. You guys can do the full minute break with the planking, although personally I'd recommend a shorter break for sit-ups, around like 10 to 15 seconds, and then another 10 sit-ups in between. Whatever works best for you. Okay, so this next exercise is called a bird dog. Don't really know why it's called that, but we're gonna start in a planking position, and you can start on your knees if you need to. Even I think elbows and knees, or just knees and arms. Or if you want to make it harder, you can go full push-up position. So we're gonna start with our left arm going like this, and our right leg going back. And I have a table behind me, so I need to move over a little bit to accommodate myself. And then we're going to do the opposite way. So left foot up, right hand up. And we're going to do, let's do 20 of these each side. So 10 on this side, 10 on that side, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your back starts to sag, like this, just work with keeping your leg up. You don't have to use your arms if it's too difficult. Alternatively, you can stand your legs and just work on balancing with one arm off the ground. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so good job. Take a 60-second break, and if you feel you're able to do so, do 15 to 20 more bird dogs, but add about 15 to 20 additional reps. So aim for 30 to 40 bird dogs in total, or about 20 on the right hand side, 20 on the left hand. Okay, so here's the accommodation for if the bird dogs weren't a good exercise for you. We're going to use stationary lunges. So right leg forward, knee bent, back leg mostly straight. My foot's cocked a little bit this way, not fully this way, not fully forward, just like that. And then you want to feel pressure there. If you guys want to do a different type of lunge, you can bend the back leg as well and go on your toe, back toe, like that. And we're going to do 15 to 20. So aim for, let's say 1, this is the lunge, 2, so 10 each side. And then once we're done, I really feel those high thighs. Once you're done our 20 lunges, take a 60-second water break, and then come back to do another 20 instead of the bird dogs. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to do our crunches. So we're going to lie down. This is already modification for some of the workouts, so this may be familiar, but just in case you're not familiar with them, feet on the ground, hips on the ground, shoulders square, and the best way to do it is either hands aside or on the back of your head, but don't push your head. You're sort of holding your hands there, like they're not really doing anything. And then you're gonna gauge your core to curl up. It's like you're crunching your abs to come up. We're gonna do 6 to 10. I'm gonna do 10 of these. So we're on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so good job with that. Some advice with crunches: you want to feel your abs, like we talked about earlier. Make sure you're using the right muscles. So have you ever heard the term 8-pack? There's 8 muscles in your core. You want to make sure you're using all 8, not just these top 4 here, which often happens during a crunch. That's why you want to really squeeze as you come up. And also don't cheat. So I'm guilty of this. I'll throw my arms, I'm like, oh, look how high I can go. But my abs aren't doing that, my arms are. So even if it looks weaker, this is actually a stronger workout than this. And once you're done your 6 to 10 crunches, take a water break and then pause the video and then come back for the other. Let's aim for 6 to 12 crunches. Alright, and if crunches aren't your thing, especially if they're just engaging the top of your abs and not all of them, here's a good alternative called side plank. So, pretty simple. 2 ways to do it. I start from full plank. I'm going to bring my left hand over here, and then my left foot, I'm going to move. So my left foot is also on top of my right. You can have your left foot on the ground. I'd recommend it since this is a lot of pressure on your right leg. And if you want to do elbows, I'm going to face you the other way because my right elbow is a little sore. You can go start from elbow position, right arm back, and right leg just on top of the left supporting it. And if you're doing side plank, I won't want you to hold each side about 45 seconds. Our last workout today will be called dead bugs. Sounds like a gross name, but it does describe the movement we're going to be doing pretty well. So make sure you have enough room for you to kick your legs out fully straight like this, and then your arms back like this. I had to move because the old position didn't have enough room. So we're going to start arms up, palms facing each other, and then legs up. And it's kind of like a reverse bird dog. So right arm goes back, left leg goes down. This is important. Don't touch the floor because now your leg is resting on the floor. It's easy peasy. You want to hold it just like a couple centimeters off the ground. Back up, other way, back up. We're going to do this for 15 more reps. Again, really don't touch the floor. This will work out your shoulder and leg muscles as well as your core. So keep your shoulders on the ground. This should be our 4th rep, I believe. Or 6th rep, yeah. That was me hitting the floor. That is not good. Alright. 4 more. Unless I miscounted. If you do miscount during exercise, it's better to do extra than not enough. That way you still challenge yourself. Alright. 1 more. Good job. So take a short break, like we did the crunches, not a whole minute, there's a short break. And then do the same thing again, but this time aim to only 10 to 14, however much your body can do. Alright, so here is a modification for the dead bugs. This is called a burpee, and there's multiple ways to do it. So the basic way is jump, just move into a push-up position, and come back up and jump. If you want to make that harder, jumping jack, walk into a push-up position, and come back up. Harder is to jump down on the ground, catch yourself, and jump your legs back like that and come up. And then jump jack and do it again. And the hardest way, add a full push-up. So down, up. Whichever way you like to do your burpees, we're gonna do this for about 10 to 15 burpees for the first set. And after a short break, we're gonna do only 10 burpees. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to do a child's pose, which you guys may remember from our yoga session. So, as best you can, go on, kneel down like this, and then you're going to want to put your stomach as flat to your knees as you can. It's okay if you can't go fully. And your arms are going to be like this, either right next to each other or overlapping. And then we're going to hold this. So, we're going to put our head down between our elbows like a prayer. You should really feel it in your upper shoulders, where my middle finger is pointing, alright? Right there. Other parts of the upper back and shoulders are good too. We're going to hold this for about 60 seconds, so I think it should be about 15 seconds of me rambling now. Alright, 30 seconds, good job. Go a little deeper if you need to. Keep breathing. If you're counting by yourself, try and imagine the second hand of a clock. That little steady tick, tick, tick. That way you don't count too fast. Alright, and full 60 seconds. Good job. Alright, so now we're going to do our ab stretch. So the first part is pretty simple. Just lie on your belly. Make my timer ready. And put your hands either like this with your fingers facing forward or your fingers facing the other way or out to the sides, whatever feels best. You're going to want to push your chest up, but keep your hips and your thighs, like your quads, flat on the ground. So you're going to arch up and put the timer on. We're going to do this for 45 seconds. It's kind of like It sounds weird, but that shot of Ariel from The Little Mermaid, where she's on the rock, so the kind of mermaid pose, like that. You want to arch your spine backwards and really push your stomach out. You should really feel an ab stretch there. All right, so 20 more seconds. All right, 10 more seconds, hold it. Try and get a little more of a stretch, go a little deeper. All right, in time. Okay, so if you guys want to do a modification of the lower ab stretch, that mermaid stretch wasn't working for you, what you can do is lie straight on your back and then put your arms all the way up back and then try and put your hands on the ground and push your stomach up, but don't bring your hips up. Just try and imagine like something was pulling you. Just really go flat like a pancake. Sometimes that helps with me when my abs are like really, really tight, but today I'm not really feeling it. So it's all a matter of what feels best for your body. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to our lower back workout. So on the ground, bring your knees up with your toes facing to the ceiling. And you're gonna wanna grab like this. So I'm gonna throw a timer. We're gonna try and hold this for up to 60 seconds. You wanna squeeze, and by virtue of putting your legs like this, you are stretching the back. And if this doesn't work for you, I'll try and come up with a modification as well. 20 seconds in, third of the way there. Keep holding it. All right, just 20 more seconds. Try to go deeper into your stretch if you are able. All right, in time, good job. All right, so I want to come up with some modifications for the lower back workout because that one, not everyone can do this with their legs or just because of how their body's shaped. So the first one will be try and crisscross, or even just however you can. Crisscross is best. You want to pretend you're like your body's between two glass panes, so you can't bend. You have to keep them perfectly straight. You have some of our leg is in front, right arm up, and then perfectly straight, just going this way. And keep your arm in line with the body too. Tweak it if you need to until you feel a pull around here, and hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then switch the other way. Again, glass walls right here, you can't move. Just like this, and just that direction. You should feel it like that big muscle right along the side of your spine, a big thick one that goes all the way up, like that. And the other one you can do, if I got my camera in a good spot, is standing straight. You want to curl your back down, like just really curl it. Like it's more your upper back, and then if you want, you can go on your knees, and then arch your back, and you can tweak it. So you can tweak it more in a child's pose, or guard the shoulders, more here. And that can help as well. And again, if you're going to do one of this or this, hold it for 30 seconds to a minute, however long gets the best stretch for you. All right, so this will be our oblique stretch. All right, so this will be our oblique stretch. So the obliques are the abs inside. If you think of a really buff guy, like someone who plays a superhero actor or Arnold Schwarzenegger, the main abs are the bumpy ones right here, like the 6 or 8 pack, which I wish I had, but I don't. And then the obliques are the little bumpy ones on the side. So main abs do this, and then obliques do that kind of side-to-side stuff. So to stretch it, we're standing feet hip width apart, bend the left elbow, put on the hip, right arm up, and then just like how you go to the side to move your obliques, you're going to stretch them the same way. So we're going to hold this for 25 more seconds. Go a little deeper into it if you can. Also modify, like sometimes you gotta twist a little to make sure you're stretching your obliques and not your back muscles. I think we're another 15 more seconds. Oh, 10 more seconds, sorry. Can't see my clock very well from here. Okay, in time. Alright, wait 5 seconds. Okay, now go the other way. So again, if you were to roll to forward, you're stretching your back. If you go perfect straight on, you're stretching here. So you want to just feel your body. Maybe point your hip a little forward so you can get that oblique stretch. All right. Another 10 more seconds. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Alright, so congratulations everybody. You have now successfully completed the second day of the Welcome Week challenges. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you all tomorrow for the sports challenge. So remember, if you have any photos or videos from the challenges so far, your teachers can submit them to Special Olympics Ontario via Google Drive, and we will feature them during the live event on Friday. Have a great day and stay healthy.